you put a bow on this for us? How'd it go, do you think?
Well, as far as I was concerned, when we made the presentation to the council a couple of years ago, we told them we were going to give them an excited and an enthusiastic crowd and a community that was going to embrace these athletes and provide them with the best experience possible. And based on all measures that we have, anecdotally, this is a grand success. So exceeded expectations.
Attendance-wise, how did they exceed your expectations in that regard? I mean, 51,000, 52,000 over 6 days is pretty good for this time of year in Eugene.
Well, I think you have to look at it in the context of other World Junior Championships, and I don't know how it compares, in terms of pure numbers and statistics, but every World Junior Championships I've been to, and I've been to about 5 or 6 of them, I'm not sure that I've seen a better attended and an atmosphere more exciting than this one was. We were in Barcelona in 2012. It was a phenomenal, great city, fantastic stadium, great big stadium, Olympic stadium, and the meet, it tends to get lost in a big stadium like that. And I think that these kids, I hope that what they saw was what could happen on a bigger stage when they go to the Senior World Championships. And there are 40,000 people in the stadium.
Does this week encourage you about Eugene's ability to pull off 2019?
I think the community, the Oregonians, and in particular those spectators that came from Eugene, our local our Hayward Field faithful did a great job, and I have no doubt that if they want to do this in 2019, yes, we can pull it off.
Did you get specific feedback from the IAAF about how things went?
It's always hard to, I don't want to speak for the IAAF. That'd be a question that you should definitely pose to them. I mean, every person tells you it was a great meet, great event. We saw any major problems, some little things we could have tweaked to do a little better on it. But to be honest, I think if you take a look at the number of volunteers, our officials, I mean, this is a tough meet to run in the sun and the rain and the heat and everything else that came up. They just did a great job, and I couldn't be more proud of this community.
What are the tweaks you made?
I'm sure there are some. Right now, standing here, I would say every national anthem that was played, every kid that walked in, every smile that was on the podium, that's what I'll choose to focus on for today, and maybe on Monday we can figure out what those tweaks are.
Look at a potential future. What is the difference between this and what a World Championships would be like? Obviously, different Athens, different.
I think if I were to categorize what the World Championships would be at a place like historic Hayward Field, it would be all about one word I would use to describe it, and that's authenticity. I would say it's a love of the sport of track and field. Now you get me all worked up, must be tired. But I think that I think that for many years this community has done its share worldwide to host great events. And I think that if I looked at what the difference would be, it would just be more people with the same enthusiasm and the same excitement, embracing the athletes that compete here.
Are you going to get some time off now, or is it right back to work on Monday?
I think once the 38 buses of 1,700 athletes depart and make their way to the Portland airport and to the Eugene airport, and they were all safely and soundly departed, then I think that our staff will probably take some time, and I'll probably take some time as well.
Did you hear anything specifically about what people liked about this week?
I think that what they liked, I think they liked the village environment. Often this meet goes and it ends up where the athletes stay in hotels, and it's really great stuff, and they've got great accommodations and all the services that a hotel provides. And I think what you find here, I think our housing department here, I mean, they were unbelievable with what the stuff that they provided for these kids. The food, the services they provided, all the stuff that they put together for them was incredible. And I think that if I were to pull ourselves out of the stadium, I think the in-stadium experience was absolutely fantastic, especially 3 days. But I think even if stuff around campus, you walk around, you see the signs, and you see the kids all interacting with each other, playing basketball. They probably shouldn't have been doing that, but they were. And I think we'll see some really exciting stuff once they get to the Matthew Knight Arena tonight for their closing party. I did not pick any of their music out, though, but they will be dancing up a storm, I believe.
Beach volleyball also seemed to be pretty popular out there.
Beach volleyball was a big deal. They do beach volleyball, I think, in the Olympic Games, and I think they're getting ready for that.
Any thoughts or concerns about the story about the Ethiopians missing kind of added a pall to this final day? Or?
You know, I don't really know what happened. I think that I'm going to kind of kick that off to IAAF and see what they see, and the federations. So I don't really know what specifically happened. Our responsibility as a local organizing committee is to organize the event, work with our federation, USA Track and Field, put all the pieces together, and then get them checked into their housing, to have the competition start on time, end on time, give them their medals, and get them back safely. With all the other stuff around it, I don't know anything about it.
You're busy enough as it is.
That's exactly right. We have plenty of things to keep us occupied.
Do you know the number of volunteers that you had for
Yes,
all of the
1,000
weekend activities?
Good question. 1,062 is what I was given this morning. And 1,062 people
pretty amazing.
volunteered. Yes, it is amazing. It's not only is that amazing that we had that number, the number of hours that they worked. I think when next time I walk through the supermarket and they see me coming, they're going to run the other way. We'll just ask them volunteers and they'll be running.
It seemed like they all had a smile on their face too. Every one of your volunteers, especially the ushers in the stadium, they were all seemed happy as heck to be there. They all smiled. Very nice group.
Well, I think that in this community there's a love for the sport, love for the athletes, and they appreciate all that. So I think they really did have a good time. But they're tired, no question.
After the success of this, would you consider taking over USA Track and Field if you were offered that position?
What's the next question? I think I'm pretty busy today on my own.
Sounds like the IAAF job is going to be opening up soon too.
I'll do that after the USA Track and Field.
Well, here's another long-term question. You had the juniors. You're going to have the indoor. You're bidding for the World Senior meet. How about the World Cross Country meet?
We haven't really thought about the World Cross Country. I think the world, and I just want to be clear on what we've done. We've now hosted the World Junior Championships. We're going to be hosting the World Indoor Championships in 2016. We'll make a final determination in the mid-September about 2019. Our desire is there to put a bid in, but we have not officially submitted a bid, and we will not do that until the 25th of September.
Did anything that happened this week help you in your preparations for the World Indoors in Portland?
Oh, World Indoors in Portland, I think that's going to be a killer. I mean, I really think that the opportunity, what I saw here today, certainly took care of any concerns that we may have had regarding the popularity of it. That indoor thing is going to be awesome. I think that the Oregonians will embrace that. It'll be this fantastic, it'll be a big event. It's not just going to be a track meet. It's going to be a celebration of the sport of track and field. And I think the Oregonians should be front and center in that celebration.
It's normally a 3-day meet, is that right?
Yes, the World Championships indoor will be a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. But I have just a fabulous advisory committee made up of business leaders, made up of government people, made up of Travel Lane County, Travel Portland. They're all together to try, and high school people who champion high school causes, and we believe that we're going to create an environment for the high school kids, for the local community, and I challenge you all today, all the media, we are going to have a media day on the indoor 200-meter track. So who's leading that? Ken Go, since he's not here, we're going to put, well, how about we all do Ken Go as our leader for the media day. thing on, and that'll be in March
That'll give us some time to recruit a
2016.
ringer.
He's gonna have to prepare.
Wait, he's the rabbit or what?
He is. He's going
Okay.
to. He told me he's going
Only
to.
the media would need a rabbit in the 200.
We've talked all week about the experience this helps give athletes in preparation for their future careers and getting ready for the outdoor circuit and world championships. What experience do you think comes out for your staff in getting ready for
I think.
Ken just shut
Well, I was down here at 6.
Oh, all right. I missed your question. I'm sorry.
As far as we've talked to the athletes all week about their experience here, helping them for their future success. What does this do for your staff as far as getting ready for potential world championships? You know, considering we get 3 and then now this.
I think that all of them today, if I asked them that question, they'd say, "Don't do it." But I think that once they actually take a step back and look at how successful this event was and how they honestly made this happen, the TrackTown USA staff really killed themselves to put this thing on. The U of O staff, I mean, just beat themselves up to do it. Our announcers, but I do think that in the end, think of how exciting and how transformational it would be for this entire state, for the country, for the sport, if we were to do something as big and as audacious as the World Championship in 2019. It's almost unthinkable.
Hey, were you happy with how last night went with the high performance meet?
I think for a beginning of a high performance meet, I think it was good. I think it was a long day and it was hot. And I think the athletes, to me, the most important thing is the athletes. So if the athletes had a good experience here, which they said they did, then it was good as far as I'm concerned.